Everyone, I am Carmen Michael, the professional mic holder.
Everyone, it's Alexis Cardoza.
What's up, everybody? It's the Wild Rhino Clark Connors from New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I am here getting wild, drinking an 805.
Hey, this is Billy Starks.
Rip F and Bison. I ran out of booze.
I am the fire starter, the Carney Killer. I am born to die, Jake Crest.
This is Bobby Olson.
This is Anthrax of H2O.
My name's Christopher Landon, Anthony Streeter.
My name is Frank Minetti.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is the Red Air and one half of the PH Boys from Hood Classic Entertainment, representing the Hood Boys, the PH Boys, Purple Haze, Prince Alexander.
This is Martin Stone, the original Strong Style Hooligan.
And today, you have the privilege
of drinking at Moe's.
And you know I'm drinking with Mo.
All right, everybody, taking time out before we get this show started. I want to thank Reaper Apparel for having Drinkin' at Moe's be a brand ambassador for their clothing line. They got good stuff. They got t-shirts. They got hoodies. They got beanies. They got lots of great stuff, encouraging everybody to break out of their comfort zone, live their best self, and hey, it's something I try to live every day. Now, be sure when you go and you're filling out your order, use the code Drinkin' at Moe's, get 10% off, and the link and the code will both be in the description. Let's fucking go.
All right, everybody. Drinkin' at Moe's, my 2 cents. Big Mo here, Nate here. You know the drill by now. You too, like, subscribe, share, comment, all that good shit. Treat that like button. You know what? Give the like button the middle finger like you're fucking Matt Cardona. Ha! All right. So, today it's going to be a little extra episode, seeing as we're, like a little over a week now after Elimination Chamber. We're going to give some quick thoughts on the show. What?
It was about a week.
Yeah, I want to say maybe a week from today, was it?
Well, actually, it was a week from earlier this morning.
I'm not talking about the time differences, damn it. I was not
a week from today.
I was not up at 4 a.m. trying to watch that damn thing live. Nope.
I know who was.
Yeah, I know, you fucking crazy bastard.
Hey, just because I get up at 2 o'clock every day, my body clock is so fucked up, I get up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's a reasonable. That's a reasonable one. All right. So, Elimination Chamber. It was a halfway decent show from what I remember. I mean, yeah. I think I kind of.
Did you finally watch it or just breeze it?
I turned it on and then I ended up out. Let's just say last weekend was not a kind one for me personally, so I might have fell asleep during part of it because I was just so fucking exhausted.
That's understandable.
But yeah, from what I remember, yeah, it was a pretty fucking good show.
Yeah.
I mean,
it wasn't a barn burner.
Yeah, they've had better.
They've had
worse.
I mean, from just what I got, I mean, they had 4 matches on the main show, and the damn thing was 3 hours long.
Yeah, them elimination chamber
So,
matches having
The,
two of them
the
on one
Elimination
card.
Chamber, I think the men's went 35 minutes. The women's went just under 30, I think.
That seems short for an elimination chamber match.
What else was there? I think Rhea Ripley and Nia Jax went 14 minutes. The Judgment Day versus Tyler Bate and Pete Dunne, I think they went 17 minutes. So that was your 4 matches on the main card, and that was about what, an hour and a half?
Yeah, and what didn't
so
they
everything
had
else
the whole
put in
thing
there
with Grayson Waller and Cody Rhodes and shit.
Everything else was either Grayson Waller, which I think that lasted, that might have been maybe 15, 20 minutes, which in my view is about 5 minutes too long, 15 minutes too long.
Yeah, my only, okay, they had a handful of people on from Australia. I get it. You want to give people going to their home country some time. Understandable. But yeah, you would have thought they would have given it to like
basically what it was they had 4 matches, the Grayson Waller effect, which all it did was allow Cody to throw out a challenge that I don't know, was accepted this past Friday. Kind of, sort of, but made into a tag team match. Which everyone knew was going to happen anyway.
Yeah,
and then after that, it was a bunch of commercials for tourism.
Oh God, they had a shit ton of those.
Oh Lord, yeah, it was like every time it's like, aside from Michael Cole jizzing his pants over the sunset, which you really couldn't see the sunset unless they were showing you the drone footage.
You just got,
it's like
you got me thinking. I might have to put this in.
Are you talking Lonely Island?
Yes.
Whisper in my ear that you want some more, and I jizz in my pants.
Because you forgot to do it last time.
Yeah, okay, I forgot.
Yeah. Anyway,
give me literally, I kid you not, I finally got caught up putting together the interview episodes, and as of right now, 225.
You the man.
225. And the vast majority of those are people that haven't been on before. I'm starting to sprinkle in some people that, coming back for another round. But 225 episodes, yeah, I'm going to forget some shit from time to time. But you know what? With this one happening a little earlier in the episode, I might be able to actually remember. Goddamn, now I got that in my head. Like when I go to, I already had in mind what I wanted to do for dinner for myself tonight. I might have to put that damn song on the way there because I'm thinking about it now. But yeah, like I get it. They're paying you a lot of money to do a show there. They're gonna want you to advertise for them, but good Lord, I don't know of too many people, at least from the States, that are going to be able to consistently travel to Australia.
Exactly.
As much as it's on my bucket list to do it. But there's a reason why it's on a bucket list, because Lord knows whenever the fuck I'm going to be able to afford to do it.
True. So a couple of things that bothered me. One, and we've talked about this before, women's wrestling. Are you ready for this? The Women's Tag Team Championship, a match wasn't announced until a week before Elimination Chamber. Not even a week, maybe like right after the final Raw before Elimination Chamber. And it was just a thrown together match. There was no build. There was nothing to it. It was pre-show. It was like 9 minutes.
Yeah, I didn't even see the pre-show, so I didn't.
Yeah,
even know
it was the Kabuki Warriors versus Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell. That doesn't surprise me that they put Hartwell in there.
I mean, she's from freaking Australia. I mean, it was
like I said, it didn't surprise me that they put her in there. But there was no build. There was nothing. There was barely any build for any of the other matches. Well, there's kind of build for the Elimination Chamber matches. There was a ton of build for the Rhea Ripley Nia Jax match. There was a little build for the tag team match. It's like the show was just built on Rhea Ripley, I think.
Pretty much.
And
pretty much.
You know, my main problem with it's not really that I have a main problem with it. Your open air stadium shows. You ever noticed how much quieter it is sometimes?
Well, I've heard the explanations on how, because you know those
indoor shows when they say they blew the roof off, it's the sound coming up and then bouncing off the roof and coming down. If you have an open stadium, it just keeps going.
Yep, that's pretty much it. Because that's what I was about to say. That was the explanation that I've heard. Is like for your regular pay-per-views, your regular Raw, SmackDown, NXT and stuff, you know, you're enclosed. You're going to have sound bouncing off the walls and off the ceiling and shit. But then you get those open air football stadiums and stuff, and the sound just goes up.
You can hear the crowd, but it's not as loud as it normally would be.
At least as far as a TV, a sound as it comes across on TV, because I can imagine being there.
I mean, yeah,
if you were pretty fucking loud.
If you were right there, yeah, it'd be pretty loud. I mean, I've seen videos of like WrestleMania's people, you know, just videotaping something, and it's loud, but I'm pretty sure in the ring it's not as loud as they'd like it to be.
There, you know, I have forgotten who I've heard actually say it, but
I think if I remember correctly, I think Edge once said it.
It might have been. There's been a few I know that have commented on it about that, the whole thing that we brought up. So yeah, I can get it.
So my takeaway from Elimination Chamber is this: it was a decent show, but it was probably one of the most predictable PLEs that WWE has put out.
Yeah, and before I go, you know what? We've said that about some other places.
Well, yeah, but if you look at it,
the people that run it don't tend to like it too much right now.
If you look at it, let's just go off the men's Elimination Chamber match, because if you didn't know who was going to win that match before the show even started, there's something wrong with you. It was a number one contenders match for Seth Rollins. I'm sorry, Seth freaking Rollins.
Yeah.
Or as I've called him from time to time, Mr. Becky Lynch.
Yeah,
I'm sorry.
I mean, I'm a fan of both of them. But
I know. But when you look at it, you had 6 competitors. 5 were from SmackDown. 1 was from Raw. And Seth Rollins is a Raw competitor. I'm sorry, who's going to win the match?
Although, I mean, Cody Rhodes is technically a Raw guy going after the SmackDown one.
Well,
but then again,
I think what's going to wind up happening is that he's going to wind up winning, and he's just going to stay. He's either going to stay on SmackDown, or he's just going to go take the belt to Raw, and whoever is the Raw champion is just going to go to SmackDown.
I think it's a little more likely that he'll stay on SmackDown, but that's just me. But yeah, that one definitely was kind of predictable, because, you know, Drew McIntyre has had this whole thing about him wanting to go after that title again.
Mhm.
And then there's also the fact of, Logan Paul and a bunch of those guys that have been feuding on SmackDown. So it's kind of like you kind of figured that those guys were going to cancel each other out.
Mhm.
So, yeah, that one somewhat predictable. You
Yeah.
pretty much knew that if they were going to take the title off of Rhea Ripley, one, it wasn't going to be down there.
Oh God, no.
And two, it was gonna, if they were gonna do it, it would probably be WrestleMania or that type of a show.
Yeah, if they're going to take the title off Rhea Ripley in Australia, WWE can kiss that money goodbye.
Yeah, they're never gonna be welcomed back there if that happened.
But yeah, and like the women's match, Becky Lynch right at that time was the only person that had any form of storyline, any form of feud with Rhea Ripley. I mean, it was before the Royal Rumble where Rhea Ripley. Australian names are hard.
No, they're not.
Hey, oi. So it was Rhea Ripley before the Royal Rumble that told Becky Lynch, "I hope you win because I want to see you at the Royal Rumble."
Yeah.
And then, well, she didn't win, and we all know what happened there. And so Becky Lynch right there was the one that I was like, yeah, she's going to win because you had Tiffany Stratton, who hasn't been around long enough.
At least as far as the main roster.
Don't get me started on that. Who else was in it? We don't care. No one else. I mean, everyone. You had Rick. Liv Morgan was tag team partners with Ripley. I'm sure she wants to do something, and she's also trying to get back on the top.
If there was a person that was probably somewhat likely besides Becky Lynch, it was probably Raquel Rodriguez.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, it's like, how many times are they going to redo that one?
Almost like every time they do something, she gets hurt or she has something. She's got something going with her right now. Some internal thing. I don't even know what it's called. She breaks out in rashes and hives.
I don't fucking know.
I don't know. I think Liv Morgan is kind of, she's been tag team partners with Rhea Ripley, but I think what they're going to try and do with her is they're going to try and how do I word this? She's come in second place. She's been the runner-up for all the major things for the last couple of years, and she's starting to get frustrated. So I think they're going to try and work that into an angle where she's no longer, she's tired of being only live once. And she's gonna do her own thing, and I think she's gonna wind up turning into a vicious heel.
You know what? That I had been kind of thinking about that because I've had people in my ear talking about Becky Lynch becoming the heel, but with the whole interaction that the two had as of recording this last Monday,
right?
I can see it very likely if Liv is the one that ends up just snapping on Becky, turning heel, and then them two feuding after the title. If it were Becky going to be the one winning Mania, which that I keep on going back and forth on.
Yeah.
But we'll see. We'll see. I personally don't know if I got too much else for.
I don't either.
Elimination Chamber.
It was 4 matches, 3 hours, and I don't know. Yeah. I got up. I was up at 3:30 in the morning, and I said, "You know what? Screw it. I'm going to watch it."
Yeah.
Because oddly enough, we wound up getting Peacock because somebody in this household wants to watch Chicago Fire all the time. I don't mind
Yeah,
it. I like
so-
Chicago Fire. It's a good show. That's why I'm down here in the dungeon.
That's like with me with my wife when it comes to Law and Order SVU. She has literally said, if I am in the same room as her when she's watching it, to not talk.
Oh.
And two, if I'm not in the same room as her when she's watching it, to keep it down.
Ah, there you go. It's one or the other. Pick one.
Yep. So
I've got nothing.
Yeah, I got nothing else. I knew this one was going to be somewhat of a shorter one.
Yeah.
But that's how it goes sometimes. Anyways, let's fucking go.
There you go.